Hi, so I thought I would do a little bit about glue and tape. I'm using Loctite Extreme Glue, which says on here, not suitable for PT, PE, PP, PTFE. Doesn't say anything about PLA, which is what this is. So what's happening is it's going on the surface, but it's very easy to remove. Not so much off of the bamboo, but that's okay. And this is painter's tape, which is awful. The only thing it will stick to is itself on its own sticky side. So what I've been doing is I've been, let me see if I can do this. The camera is here. Right, what I've been doing is getting a long piece, right, and putting it there, wrapping it around whatever the support piece, and then making sure, let me just put it on there, round the thing, and then crossing over, so you have, oh, it's a bride loop, and then sticking that to there, and sticking that to there. All right, and then doing two of these, one that goes around the bottom of the piece, and another one that goes there, but making sure that the sides that you stick on also stick onto here, and then a final wrap piece around this to crush these together, making really sure that there's nothing which catches sharp edges which catch on the tape. And by sticking sticky side to sticky side, this tape actually works. If you try and stick this tape to itself on the non-sticky side, it's hell. All right, so you can see here I did two loops, one that goes around the top and one that goes around the bottom, and I'm just about to put some tape around here. Now, the question that you should be asking is, and you can see the glue in there, which, if I'm really lucky, it will stay there. Now, the question you should be asking is, why the hell am I using rubbish tape and rubbish glue? And the reason is because if you make a mistake, here, this is a geodesic shape. If you make a mistake here, it could affect anything connected to there, here, there, and the base piece is underneath as well. And it will do this with the shape, right? So let's say you got this a centimeter wrong, or got, let's say, this one 1 centimeter wrong. It would cause the whole shape to do that. And the only time you'll find out is 1 week later when you start to assemble the parts in the bottom. At which point, the strong acting glue, you know where this is going, the strong acting glue will have set and hardened, especially if you use like super glue, which is the ideal one to use on these surfaces. It's game over. Especially if you've glued at both ends, you won't get it off. If you glued on that end with super glue and that end with super glue, this part ain't coming off. It won't turn. It won't thing, and there's a risk that it would snap the PLA off. And you try and take it off a thing, and then what you're in the nightmare process of either trying to repair the joint, manufacture something which could come horribly wrong, or to try and take every single node pipe off of one of these nodes. I can tell you right now, you're not going to be able to do it. You will have to be cutting the pipes to get the damn thing out and into a repair process. As this is a prototype design that is not really designed for disassembly once you've filled it up. I do have a design which is suitable for disassembly, but it involves aluminium casting of these nodes, and like with the 3D printer, the 2020, the locking hammerhead nuts, you go kunk, ka-chunk, and it locks. So that's a disassembly thing, but it's a hell of a lot of money. I have to spend my money, instead of buying £100 worth of PLA and 400 quid on a 3D printer. I would have to spend several £1,000s on aluminium casting or CNC machining of things, and these are almost impossible to CNC machine in this particular style. But if it just no. 3D printed metal, which is feasible as well, but again, just no. So this is a prototype design. And so it's critically important until I actually am happy with the whole thing, and then put the resin and the hemp cloth or Kevlar cloth on. Then that's final, and we're good. But I will check everything, all of the parts, before that happens in their fully assembled state. And this is not fully assembled. There's things that could be just a little bit out and things. So it's actually really important that it be disassemblable without damaging with things. All right. So that's why we're using rubbish glue and rubbish tape. All right.